Then I started cleaning up things. I got the fender off here and I used my power washer. I blew all the dirt and everything out of here. Since I was here, I cleaned my shop floor. I got that Harley out of here. That's it back there. They got this whole Winnebago out of back there. It's being junked out. So I can get my Harley back there next to the gull wing, get it parked. Well, I pulled it back in the shop here. Did get my floor cleaned up good. And I got all this power washed down. It's dry. Looks like it got quite a bit of rust in there. I'll try to get in there with a wire brush, clean it up as good as I can. It don't look like the water's completely gone. Got a bend right here I need to fix. It holds the fender. This is up and down. I gotta fix that. Yeah, that's bent down there. This all looks pretty decent though. You can tell the little random marks there is where the pressure was at real high, but it's took it off pretty good. This don't look too bad here. My antenna actually survived. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I gotta clean out some of this area, the rust, quite a bit right there, but it really don't look that bad. I found my impact wrench and took my door striker plate off, and the door now is perfectly straight, at least as far as I'm concerned it is. My gap don't look bad, so I probably put one bolt back in here with that striker. Somehow the top one fell out. I don't know whether it fell down inside it somewhere or what, but I'm gonna try to put the striker in here with one bolt just to keep the door straight. See what's the deal with it lifting it all the time. I'll clean that all up in WD-40, get rid of some of that rust. Turned out that striker plate's like a C shape in there. It's not two separate pieces. Anyway, I was able to find it and clean it up, and I snugged it up, and I got the door here where it's perfectly level on top, but I'm in just a little bit. I'm pretty good right here. No, the door's got to come out a little on the bottom. It's set in all the way down here, so I need to rotate the door counterclockwise a little bit. So that means I'll have to loosen up those front hinges and try. Well, that's pretty good. I got it twisted in a little. I'm right at I might be actually just a little too far in right here. But this is a little high, but this is Bondo up here. This has got Bondo in it. This is real close to the edge of metal. This is pretty close here. And my top's still dead level. So I think that's probably good enough. I didn't quite move it as far as I would like. But I've also got this problem down here with this bottom edge of this being out too far away from this lower panel. Of course, I got a lot of Bondo on here too, but I think I'm pretty good as far as the back of the door. I can see just a little edge in it right in the bottom. The top's real good. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and hog this off and see where my door actually is here. And it feels pretty good right in here. Good enough for what I'm doing anyway. Looks like it's out a little past the door in the back there, and a little in right here, but I'm going to take this Bondo off and see what it really looks like. Now I got the fender set back on it. I got one bolt in it, but there's a bolt down here on the bottom. This fits inside a slot that's in the body, and it was broken. So what I'm going to do is basically hold it up in there with a magnet and weld it. So another interesting saga, I suppose. Well, I got that welded, and pretty straight right across here. A little bit of a gap in it. I got a big gap up here, and this raised up a lot. I don't have the bolt that goes right there in it. I got one here in the back and one up here towards the front. None of this is bolted down, but it's pretty solid. So it looks like I'm going to have to push this down, bolt it's in here, and then use a spacer on that bolt in the bottom, because it was real straight there until I started tightening it, and then it pushed this up right here. So this whole fender tweaks, of course, but and of course the inside under the hood there, that whole panel is not flat and straight like it should be, but I'm just trying to match the door edges here, and it looks like I can take a lot of this Bondo off that I was putting on. I don't know what's going to happen when this panel goes in. It's going to take even more of that Bondo off. So, but at least I know the door's straight now. It's level, and The gap's good here in the back. I might have to play with it a little there, but this is good enough to start sorting out all this door mess that I had. So looks like I put on a whole bunch of Bondo painstakingly and didn't really need any of it. So I'll kind of trim this down to roughly where it's supposed to go. I can tell now, looking at the door, that the Bondo's coming out quite a bit there in front. So I'll pick up my little tools and stuff here, try to hog some of this Bondo off. Well, I took a lot of grinding there. I've uncovered the metal. It looks like I need a little on the bottom down there, but this door is pretty straight now. I put a straight edge across there. I need just a little fill right there in the crack on the fender. I need to probably knock that high spot down right there and try to sink that fender just a little bit so I don't have to put so much on it. But the door now is well, you can't really see, but the fender's just got a little bit, and I took probably 60 or 70% off of the door, so it's much better. It was about where it was before I started, a couple days worth of putting Bondo on it. So I've got it roughly shaped. I'll go ahead and figure out what's going on here, straighten this out. I'll take the fender off, weld up the stuff I need to weld, figure out what spacers I need where, and get this fender on straight. But I was just trying to get the majority of that Bondo off. I took a 1/4 inch off of it in a lot of places there. But my door is starting to look pretty good again. You know, I'm still level here, and it looks straight. Before I could see a big curve in it, but not now. So I figure this is pretty good lick for Sunday. Like and subscribe, and I'll keep trial and error. Well, I got back to my door. I sprayed it with a little guide coat just to see what I was doing. I've got this door pretty straight here. Got a little low spot in here. I worked on this top part. It looks pretty good. I started working it back into this fender. Got a few low spots right there. Looks like I need to continue my Bondo forward into here. But I'm trying to do just a little bit at a time. I sprayed this whole door here and everything with a guide coat. But I want to just try to get at least this door section complete. I bought another board sander. It worked about 10 minutes and died, locked up. It'd been sitting a long time, so I took it apart and greased everything, and I got it working again. I just been using WD-40 in these things. I think I probably ought to use a couple drops of motor oil or something that's a little heavier, because I think they're getting hot and slowing down. Anyway, I'm gonna see what I can do about getting this all these low spots right in here on this door filled up, and try to grind it down. And I'll probably work on this fender a little more. It needs some. I need to get back on that fender, but anyway, got to do this door gap first. I tried some new body filler here. It's a same USC stuff, chromate 120/50. Is a yellow looking stuff, and the red hardener makes it kind of pink. It looks like it's spreading a little better than the other stuff. I don't know what it's gonna do, how well it's sticking, or how well it'll fill, or anything else. This other stuff, you can see the green there, pink, that's Bondo, and then the green stuff was a different kind of USC. But I'm hoping that this will be easier to sand. It does stick a little better. It hardened pretty fast, so I haven't tried putting body honey or anything like that in it. But this is what it is. Kind of yellow looking. We'll see what it does. I just mixed up a little and just put it on some places here that I know are low. We'll let it harden a little bit and give it a sand. Well, that turned out pretty good. This is not completely dry. I just took some 40 grit across here, and it sands real easy when it's not dry. Of course it all does, but it didn't pull out or anything, didn't break off edges, so it looked like it's sanding pretty good for the rough stuff. So far I'm pretty happy with it. I'll let it dry a little harder and hit it with a board sander, see what happens. Well, that stuff sanded much easier than either Bondo or that other stuff, and it's feathering really good. It's sticking really good. I've got a couple of places here where I missed, but I can even chip off a little piece with my fingernail, and it's feathering really nice, and it cuts real easy. You can see quite a bit there I cut off, but it's working really well. So I'm pleased with this stuff. That other USC stuff, the blue stuff, I got a little bit left, but I'm just going to use that to fill holes or something with, because it's just too hard to sand. But this lightweight stuff is coming right off, so I'll go ahead and continue to work on this door and this panel here. I'd like to get this door done up to, you know, halfway or so, and all this panel and fender, this whole area right here, I want to get sorted out and straight. I need to pull that door handle off of there and lock out and stuff. But anyway, this Bondo works really good. Chromate Lite. Well, I just kind of rough sanded this while it's just a little bit green, and it sanded down really nice and easy. It's really doing super good. It didn't stick too well up there because I didn't have this very clean. It's still got a little paint on it. Anyway, this it's doing really well with what I'm doing here, and I just took some 40 grit or something on a sanding block and just sort of cut it all down, and it looks real nice. It does harden pretty quick. That's why I didn't really get this smoothed out, but I probably did just dry this a little more, and I'll go ahead and board sand it a little and put another coat on it. Well, this turned out real nice. I board sanded it. It's feathering real good. I can see my low spots. Pretty much got the back of this door straight. So I'm gonna try this stuff with body honey. Up in this area it's very little. I can see where I'm hitting the metal through the guide coat, so they wouldn't take much. I got a little fill right there, a little right at the back of the door here, and just a few spots right here on the fender, and a little bit right here. So I'm basically going to mix up a thin coat and just try to hit this all with a good lick and see what it does with body honey in it. Well, it got hard on me much faster than I would have liked, but with the body honey, boy, it just goes on so smooth. And it was starting to get hard here, so I had to speed up, but it went on real nice with that body honey. Really smooth, sticks real well. I was able to get nearly everything that I could. I was going to try to do this whole section up in here, but I never really got it done. I need to sand that a little bit anyway. Make sure I can see where my high spots are. But it when it's real thin like that, it just goes on shoop really nice. So I think I've got my door curve there good up to past the mirror. I got all the low spots in this that I could see, and I got it all the way back there on the fender pretty much. I think I got the door completely this time. So this, I'm not going to try to rough sand it while it's wet. I'm going to let it harden and go ahead and just board sand it off. Looked like I might have missed a couple little places right in there. But pretty much did a good job here. I'll go ahead and try to sand this area here where the fender meets the door, and I'll use this stuff and straighten it out. But anyway, this is real good stuff, USC chromate. It's a very, very predictable, dries fast, seems real hard, and sticks super good, and most importantly, it sands real easy. Well, I smoothed this all up. This body filler is real good. I got everything all dead flat, curves right, door is all flat, straight down. My edges are all real sharp here. I've got some little tiny spots in it that I'll probably just take. I've got some it's like a real thin body filler that just fills little pock marks and stuff, and anything that's left here I can fill with that glazing putty. But it straightened that door panel out really good. It's sands easy, goes on good. I'm going to keep using this stuff. Sure, a lot better than Bondo, and it costs about the same. Anyway, I'm going to try to board sand this guide coat I got off here. Throw one more coat on it, call it a day. I'm getting kind of tired. Well, I knocked that down while it was still kind of green. We've got a few lows right in here, a couple little places through here. I'm still hitting my highs right in here. I got a little low in the middle. I got my seam line here pretty straight. This is pretty close to level. I need to take this fender down a little. You can see it's bending there. So I have to figure out whatever shims that I need and put all that in this fender. But what I was just trying to do is get this fender matching the door, and I did. It's a real thin coat of Bondo on there. I really like this yellow stuff. It comes off real good, sands real good, goes on real good. So now I know what I'm going to use from now on. Anyway, I'll call it quits for today, and tomorrow, when this is hard, I'll go ahead and take that fender off and get everything I need in it. As far as spacers, might as well weld it up and see what I can do about painting that inside there. Might as well take the fender off and paint all that stuff first, and then work on the fender while it's drying. But I'm really impressed with this yellow body filler. Works super good, because it takes, hours to sand that hard stuff down, and this stuff is cutting it just in a few minutes. And it turns out that if I use transmission fluid as a lubricant inside my air tools, they work a lot longer than just 5 or 10 minutes with WD-40. So, little trick there, I guess. Anyway, call it quits for today.